So what I would like to introduce today, that's the Northern College at Peers program. So I will explain a little bit about this combination, or you can say that's a partnership. We are our Peers College of Technology, located in Toronto. Northern College is a public college located in Timmins, Ontario. So with this partnership, we provide Northern College at Peers Toronto programs to all international students. They can get the public degrees or certificates from Northern College, but studying at Peers campus to get a benefits from work and studying at the heart of Ontario or Canada, a larger city in Canada with no job opportunities. And why choosing Toronto for studying? Because as I said before, it's a larger city in Canada with a population of estimated more than 3 million people. And we have so many benefits of studying here about business, in terms of business, studying, and entertainment. Also, we have a top work opportunities for students while you're studying. They can work up to 20 hours off campus and unlimited in campus. They also can get a PhD after graduated from the public college up to 3 years if they study for a year's program in length. We provide multicultural neighborhoods, but worry because English is used everywhere. So it's easy to expose to this cultural melting pot, and we have plenty of opportunities to broaden your horizons. We have reliable public transportation that's help students easy to get to the city and getting around to cutting costs. We enjoy the convenience of commuting in the city with your personal car. So only one car, you can go around using the public transportation, buses and trains. You also already know Toronto is opportunities because that's the best city to live and one of the biggest economic hubs in North America that helps students access great employment opportunities, and they have all the support from the community services. And why are we choosing Northern College as Peers Toronto? Because we provide a quality of education on our instructor and professors. They have hands-on experience. We provide with affordable tuition fee in comparison with other colleges and university in Toronto. Located in Toronto, you also know about jobs opportunity. With a supported admission, we try our best to provide the LA as soon as possible, as fast as possible. Within 3 to 5 business days, students graduated from our college, they get a public degrees and certificates. Eligibility is for sure for a student. Right now, we provide free assessment tests if students don't have IELTS upon submission. But have IELTS, we also have engine scholarship for a student up to $3,000 if a student have IELTS of 7.0 and above. Other student applying in 2022 in Texas, $1,000 engine scholarship. Right now, we waive the admission fee because we try to support students during the pandemic. We also have in-program scholarships to help students ease the mind for their financial burden. And I know studying and living in Toronto is very costly. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So can you tell which one is the most popular program as Peers?
Oh, okay. So you want to next to that part? I'm gonna go right ahead. The program here we provide also ESL program for the students who don't have English. We have diploma and postgraduate program. With diploma, the signature program is early childhood education. We have a long lineup for early childhood education. So if you want to apply for ECE, try to apply as soon as possible. With computer engineering technician, also one of our signature programs for yeah, for those and business related program, most of students apply to business general. So that's very popular. But from my experience and about job perspective, the students should apply for accounting or marketing if they already have the references about this, because it could be more specific for the job orientation.
Yep. So
So
I see here the admission requirement um, is just about graduate high school in Vietnam. Do you need any more specific requirement?
oh, right. If a student will apply for diploma program, for sure they have to graduate from secondary program, which is high school graduation in Vietnam at grade 12. They apply with the certificate for graduations and official transcripts from their institution. Yeah, that's the same thing for onshore student. If they already went to Canada to study for high school and need to graduate from high school in Canada to apply for diploma program.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, you want me to circle back to my presentation? Yeah, and we also can have Q&A along my presentation. So I think we don't have to talk about why studying appears because we practical, convenient, supportive, and collaborative, also committed to provide very good learning environment for a student. You can see this is our campus. On the campus, we also have a small setting for ECE Platinum Lab. There's a student they can practice and have their own experience before going out there for the real job. And this is the first S room for students studying in healthcare management, ECE, and nurse management and leadership program as well. It's a big lounge for students to get refreshments and relax after studying and ready for the next shift in their study. Not just only studying, we want to provide environment for them to enjoy their student life. So we also have here the gym room for students to practice and have fun. The admission process. So the student will apply sent to you on the supporting documents, their certificates, transcripts, IELTS if they have one, and the application form filled with their signature. After that, we will send on the complete application package to our admissions department. After 3 to 5 business days, if that submission is complete, we will send back to you the LOA. In terms of our fee structure, we want to give a student the best experience as possible. So we just only require $3,000 within 30 days of the LOA for a student to keep their LA valid until they apply for their visa, and they will pay the remaining amount of the first semester, roughly around $5,000 to $6,000 with insurance included by 2 months before the intake starts. For example, if they apply for January, they will have until November to pay for the remaining amount. If they apply for SDS program with IELTS of 6.0, for sure they have to pay the full tuition fee for the first year as required by IRCC, right? And this is our application form, but as you want to amplify something here. So for the personal information, make sure all the information correct because it could be displayed on the LOA. And you may know if it's everything incorrect or misspelling, it takes time for us to reprocess and revise the LOA. Here, if it applied through an agent, should have information about the agent here. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we also have individual student, which is student apply directly to the college. So we don't allow for other agent claim that student after we already processed the LOA. So to make it easier, before a student apply directly to the college, we also get their consent. We ask them if you will apply your visa or anything through any of our agents. So you should send your application through them. Yeah. Here is the signature of the applicant. Is very important. So I already talked about the ESL program. We have four levels right here, and the tuition fee $5,900 per level. But after the student successfully complete the ESL program for which level, and they enroll in the academic program. For example, the student got the conditional LA upon completing ESL program before entering to the accounting program, for example. So they will get $500 scholarships after finish their ESL and enroll into the accounting program.
Yep. So can I ask about the English placement test to ESL program? Yeah. Is this online test or is this a paper test?
Oh, for sure. Now it could be the online test because most of students they're still studying abroad, which is they're still in their home country, right? So we provide the English assessment test in a format of an IELTS test. So we also, based on 4 components: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. With a speaking test, we have 15 minutes for them to have a test section with one of our instructors. Because we are qualified IELTS testing exam center in Canada, so we're using that format for the student as well. And the fee of the test is $0, which is the student they can obtain the English assessment test for free of charge.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, so after they, if they pass, so all they have just pass or not pass a recommendation. So I want to explain a little bit here. So if the student they pass the English assessment, they will receive the official LA right away. But if it's not passed, they will have to take the ESL. So we will recommend which level they at, and they have to make their decision on pursuing that ESL level or not. We also have another option for a student, that's the EAP program, English for Academic Purpose. For example, the student, they are really good at on 3 components, but they're speaking a little bit of in comparison with other 3 skills. So we provide them the EAP for speaking skill, for writing, whatever. So they can study that EAP program along with their academic program. So they will take the intake, for example, next January. So they will enroll in the intake in January for the academic program as well. But they will be enhanced their speaking skill by our EAP class during their academic program. And that would be less, the tuition fee will be less than the full tuition fee for ESL program, which is around $1,200 to $1,400. So $1,200 and $1,400 per program.
Yep, that's amazing for information.
Yeah. I know our students, they have a different level of those skills. We provide the diploma programs, already talk about this and the requirements. So next, we go with the postgraduate program, which is very popular to international students. You know, so many mature students from Vietnam, the Philippines, and other countries, they like to come to Canada to enhance and improve their working skill in the Pacific industry. For example, supply chains, logistics, healthcare, information system business analysis, or IBM, which is very popular not only us, other colleges provided this program. So they will come here, study for 1 or 2 years postgraduate program, and they get an Ontario postgraduate certificate. Then they will have the ability to apply for the postgraduate work permit, which is up to 3 years. If they study for 2 years or combination of 2-year program. And the academic requirement for this is graduation from university or college already back home or in Canada. Yeah, so make sure they can provide their official transcripts and the certificate from their university or college before applying for this program. There's a specific factors here. So for example, a student, they have a background in business and now they want to apply for supply chain management or IBM, International Business Management. That makes sense, right? Because they go on the right path for a student. But if the student, they have the business background, but now they want to apply for pre-health sciences and healthcare management. So what happens? We have to assess the student ability or to see if they have any experience working in that industry for 2, 3, 5, or 10 years in that industry before process their application, because that even makes no sense if they apply for the visa with IRCC. It's a question mark. Why you have that background in that industry, have no experience, and then you apply for a healthcare management program. Yeah. So for agents' perspective, make sure we assess on those students' qualifications before processing further.
Yeah, so for the co-op program, is this the student able to do the co-op at the beginning of the semester, or is this at the end of their program?
Oh, that could be at the end of the program, because while you take the experience and co-op before you're studying on the information or lectures, right, from the instructors. So with the supply chain management and event management, we provide it in 4 semesters, but the first 3 semesters you study in class with the instructors, and the last semester we will have an opportunity to real work. To go to work for the real employers. So you may have a question here. Does a college support student with the co-op opportunity or the job placements? I would say 50-50. Why? Because we have the career put in both. So we will upload it, and on the work information and job information is there for student. We also have career fairs conducted during the year for 3 or 4 times for the third and the fourth year. No, sorry, the third and the fourth semester student. So they will have opportunities to meet with their potential employers, I would say, and they will practice with the interview skills. We also have them with the resume editing and support them if they have any question, counseling one-on-one. Make sure they are ready for the real employment world. Yeah, but their responsibility that to find a job, to go for interview, and to be the best of themselves to get a job in the quite competitive labor market in Canada in general.
Yeah, that's amazing. So can you share that about the entry requirements? So if student finished you mentioned that the experience, but if student finished university or like a college in Vietnam and they want to reapply, is that possible? Like reapply to another program, let's say like student who finished
diploma.
Yeah, for the graduate certificate, student who like diploma degree in Vietnam, or they in year 1, year 2 university, and they want to change, like transfer credit.
Oh, okay. Good question. But because we having different standards, right? Also, Canada, you may know that we have different federal level from the provincial level. So every province, they have different credentials and how they appreciate the student qualification or credentials from their home country as well. So in Ontario, make sure they already finish their university or college diploma degree in their country, because this is a post-secondary degree, which is for graduate student.
Yep.
Yeah. So not it cannot from the second or third year student and then they just quit, because that means they haven't finished yet for their program. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on this postgraduate program, while it's just a certificate program, but it is highly recommended for a student already graduated from a university or college. And also it's to be appreciated by the employers in Canada, because this program focus on experience and the practical experience. For especially some students already have experience in that industry, and now they want to get to know and get a deeper knowledge and experience about that industry in Canada specifically. Okay, do you have any questions about postgraduate program? I can move to next slide.
Yep, you can move to next slide.
So this also one of our signature program. That's a mobile application development program. It's a one-year postgraduate program. We're teaching about on the Android or iOS, which is very popular, and now that that's maybe the future too. So with those students, they have interest in those applications that can apply for this program. And healthcare management is also one of our signature program as well. For students, they have experience. For example, the student, they are nurse in Vietnam. They already working in that industry or any clinic in Vietnam. So they can still apply for healthcare management program here. And the opportunity is broadened for those programs. So I give some example and close fact about pre-health sciences and nursing management leadership program. So for the student, they have a medical nursing healthcare background, so they can get this course. But these courses is just a great preparation for them to get a PN or RPN in Canada. So it is stand for practical nurse or registered nurse in Canada, and then enjoy their jobs opportunities, and were very high demand and high salary as well. So you can see the facts that the demand for this industry increased 16 to 18% every year. And in the here, I have a real number for Ontario for the student if they apply for the early childhood education program, because the province, they gonna pay spending up to $1 billion in the next 5 years to create more jobs for students or graduates in the program. And you also know that Canada is having aging population, right? Yeah. So the demand for healthcare is increasing. So that's a good opportunity for a student pursuing those industries. Also repair here, and you may show with your agents after this about job opportunities. So it will get updated with the jobs unit group name from NOC 2021. These are job opportunities for students after graduated, for example, here from ECE, accounting or computer. They can be easy to find any job to qualify for this program. And why it matters? Because it's an opportunity for a student to accumulate Canadian experience towards their immigration opportunities if they want to apply to become a PR in Canada.
Oh, that sounds
okay. So here we go to the Q&A session. The last word I want to say to all the agents that we're doing the prospecting, we're matching demands for a student, we provide them and we consult them with, advise them with the best, the most suitable programs for their qualifications. But the most important thing that we do the follow up with the student, yeah, to support and to give them as much information as possible. And that is the same thing Pierce College of Technology doing. Thank you.
Thank you for the informative information about Pierce College, Brian. So now we come to the Q&A sessions. I have quick questions like, so it's about the tuition fee.
Yeah.
You mentioned when the student apply for the LOA, there's some tuition fee and have to pay all for full year for SDS program. But for the next year, like for the next invoice, can student pay in installment?
Yeah, sure. The student will pay in installments from the second semester. Yeah. So for example, if the student apply under the regular stream, right, not the SDS program, their fee structure looks like they will pay the first $3,000 within 30 days of the LA. If the student apply today, the 15th in Vietnam, right, the 15th October, they will have until the 14th November to pay for the $3,000 for deposit. But they got their LA before that, so they already have the LA in their hands. If they apply for January, they will have until 15th of November to pay for the remaining amount, the first semester tuition fee, which is about $5,600. I don't remember the number exactly, but around $5,600 with insurance included. And that's it. After they come to Canada, they enroll into classes. We give them notices for the next semester payment due date or deadlines, so they can pay it in installments. We will create for each student the student account within our system. So for example, if student have $500 today, they can transfer $500. They have 1,000, they transfer 1,000. As long as the student accumulate the full amount for the next semester before the deadline, before the due date. So that's it. Very easy peasy for the student to pay tuition fee.
Yeah. And another questions about the English placement test. So if the student fail for the result or didn't have a great result, can they request for the second time of the test?
Okay, this is a very good question. Yes, so right at that time, for example, because this is a test is free of charge, right?
Yeah.
But for the first time. So after assess the student, their English abilities, if they not qualify for the program yet, yes, they can get a conditional LA. If they don't agree with that conditional LA, they said, oh, I need more time to practice on the test and to retake the test again, they will send a request to our admission team, and based on their request, a team will process further and the decision if we allow them to take another test within another period of time, because the student have to show what they have significantly changed in their condition, right? It couldn't be today they take the test, they fail, and I will get a test tomorrow or next week. So the student even don't have enough time to practice on their skills. Because remember, the test is the test, but their ability is the most important thing, because if they pass the test by any means, but they cannot understand what the instructors or their teachers teaching in the future, eventually they will graduate from the college with no knowledge. So how they come to the real world to work and to get the experience. Yeah, so that's the most important thing. We want to provide the student the ability to study in the campus in our college, not just pass tests.
Yeah, I see. Um, when students apply for application, do the high school need to mail the hard copies of the transcript to the college?
No, that is not unnecessarily though. The student just need to apply with the notarized copy of the transcript. If it was in Vietnamese, so it should be translated in English with notarized, a statement notarized, and they can and send it to the college through an agent, and we will process further because we have our tool to check that documents with their institutions. Yeah, so they don't have to mail it to us.
Yeah. Do you charge for application fee?
Oh yeah, right now we waive for application fee for 2022 intake. It was $100, the application fee, but during the pandemic, so we have been waiving that fee for the last 2 years. As remember the COVID from the last 2 years, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
until now and until next year.
Thank you so much, Brian. I don't see more questions here, but I'm sure there's more coming, and I'll get back to you, or I'll answer to our audience with the information we have. Thank you so much for your time to give us a presentation and information about Paris College. We're looking forward to have you in our future session.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your supporting and for the audience today.